Baruch Hashem. We're here in Petach Tikva learning the holy teachings of our master Nanach, Nachman from the collection of teachings of Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, Likutay Moharan, the second teaching, and we are up to the fourth verse, the fourth letter, Daled. So how does one merit to the aspect of justice? Ayidei tzedakah, through charity. Shayidei tzedakah ochazin b'midas hamishpat. Because through charity one grasps the attribute of justice. K'moshe Kasav, as it says in the Deuteronomy 33, Tzidkas Hashem asa u'mishpatav, that Moses did the charity of Hashem Yisborach, of God, and his justice. So you see that from doing the charity, one comes to the justice. Uchemoshe Kasuv, and as it says in the Psalms 99, Mishpat u'tzedakah b'Yakov, justice and charity to Jacob. So you see that justice is dependent on the charity. Ki tzedakah hu ayidei mishpat, because charity is through justice. K'moshe Kasuv, as it says in Psalms, Elohim shofet, God is judge. Ze yashpil v'ze yorim. This one he lowers, he puts down, and this one he raises. Shemoish lazeh, that he makes this one poor, impoverishes this one, umashir lazeh, and he makes the other one rich. Uchshenosin tzedakah. So this is the aspect of justice, right? When God does justice, some people get elevated and some people get put down. Uchshenosin tzedakah, and when someone gives charity, hu b'vchina ze yashpil, that's an aspect of this one he lowers, he impoverishes. Shemechasir mamono, because he is missing money now, so he's lowered. But it's also the aspect of this one he lifts, Shema Asher Lani, because he makes wealthy the poor person. Nimsa, so comes out that charity, when the person gives charity, he is grasping the attribute of justice. Because just as when God does justice, he raises and lowers, so too when the person gives charity, he's doing this raising and lowering. So therefore, it is necessary to put aside money for charity before the prayer, as it's brought down in the halacha. Why? So that he could provide his words with justice. Because through charity one has the justice, and that's necessary for prayer, like we saw earlier, that one needs to be able to have the justice to focus and guide his sword, his prayer, properly. That it should hit its target to the hairbreadth and not be off at all. And this is what our sages of blessed memory said in the Talmud. Why did Jacob give the firstborn to Joseph? Because Joseph provided for Jacob and for the family. He gave them food when they came to Egypt. Mashal Balabais, Talmud says this is a parable to a person that has a house, master of a household, Shegidel Yasom, that brought up a orphan, etc. Uchmoshe Kasuv, as it says in Bereshis, in the first book of the Torah, 47, Vayechalkel Yosef es aviv es echav lechem lefiatav, and Joseph sustained his father and his brothers bread according to the mouths of their children. Kimo hatef el darom. So the word that the Torah uses for children, hataf, the children, is the same language. The same word is used for speech, like we find to speak to the south. Hatef. So so we see that this is sustenance that he was giving to his father and his brothers, lechem lefi ataf, bread according to the mouths of the children, is also showing us that he was sustaining them, and that brings the mouth. Through sustaining them, which is the charity, which is the justice, that gives the power of proper speech and direction of the prayer. Hainu shayashkua tfilaso befiv, that is to say, his prayer was fluent in his mouth, okay, which is Rabbi Nachman's playing on this idea that we, not an idea, a maxim, a principle in the Talmud, that when really holy people pray, they could see that their prayers are answered if their prayer is fluent, if the words flow fluently. Okay, so Yosef was merited to have this aspect of prayer, that the prayer was fluent in his mouth, right? Al yidei hatzdaka, through his giving charity. Through his giving charity, for providing for his father and his family, his brothers, so he merited to the aspect of prayer. Vayidei hatzdaka sha'asa nasan lo Yaakov, so because of the charity that he gave, so Jacob, his father, gave him the Bechorah, the firstborn. So Jacob is the aspect of Mishpat, like we saw before, is the aspect of justice. There are many references to this. So Jacob, who is the aspect of justice, gave Yosef the Bechorah, the firstborn. Shu bechinas tefillah, which is the aspect of prayer. Kemo shekasuv, as it says, Vani nasati l'Hashem. Jacob said, and I gave to you Shechem. Shechem is Nablus, it's a city, but it's referring to the extra portion that Yosef got, the double portion. Ani daika, I specifically, Shu bechinas mishpat, because Yaakov is the aspect of justice. We're going to continue later in another video. Be'ezrat Hashem. Nanach Nachman meyume.